I was gonna just go and upload part 1 and then come back out, but I'm just gonna do part 2 right away. Yeah, no breaks. Yeah, I'm going to regularize it. Once in a while I get a question on what does it mean to regularize it? Just means to make it less wavy, less bumpy, less asymmetrical. To make it more symmetrical, more flat, more straight. That's making it regular, regularizing it. That's what I'm going to do right now. It's a smaller diameter aluminum rod. This is 3/8. I was using 5/8 earlier, aluminum, and I was using 3/8 steel. 9 ounce. No, that's not 9 ounce. I was using the 9 ounce bopper. I don't think I used the 7 ounce. Aluminum seems to work well on this. Just Edwards Plateau chert. I think it's part of this stuff came out of the Callahan Divide, as far as I know. I think because the Callahan Divide is on the western fringe of the Edwards Plateau. And that's where we found this, on the western fringe of the Edwards Plateau. And yes, there are still places where you can find this on the surface. The Indians didn't pick it all up. Mainly because it's, probably because it's weathered and cracked and inconsistent, or it could have just been exposed in the last few hundred years by erosion and it was not close to the surface, so it was not picked up. It can be buried under 2 inches of dirt, no one will see it for thousands of years until we get a drought or some condition that causes the soil to erode. You know, massive rains can cause erosion and expose more rocks. For Flintknapping. Yeah. And who knows, back in the day, maybe the area was not very hospitable, so people did not hang around long enough to pick up all the rocks. Yeah, it's no fun living out in the desert. No fun at all. It's better to go into the mountains or go someplace where there's nice, clean, clear flowing water instead of, you know, fast flowing water instead of slow, stagnant, murky, unclean water. Who knows? The aluminum seems to be working well. I don't know if I'll be able to get that lump out easily. I might be able to get it out, but easily, I don't know. I was trying to do my best to not have that lump there to begin with. I could be so much better at knapping if I just learned. Yeah. If I was just open to learning. You haven't seen many of my videos. I try new stuff all the time. I try to learn new stuff all the time. But lately I've been fighting the burnout. I've been fighting burnout. Yeah. Thing is, I'm not sure exactly how to fix that problem. I gotta try different things. I've got to try different strategies to prevent burnout and make some mistakes and then have some successes, hopefully. Discard the mistakes and stay with the successes. Figure out what it is I need to do. You might say, well, you wouldn't burn out if you would just do it right. Yeah, you're funny. Do people actually say that? They don't say that to me, no. But it's the gist. Sometimes it is the gist of the conversation. It's just one of those things that it's not said out loud. You think they might have got burnt out on this stuff back in the day? That's an interesting question. Interesting question. They really didn't have much choice. I mean, they had a choice of going to bone and antler instead of stone. But you can get burned out on that too. They may have gone back and forth during their lifetime. During a knapper's lifetime, he might just give up. He might just give up knapping for a while and go with bone and antler points or wood points, and then go back to stone once it became plentiful, or once he felt like, oh, let's go back to stone. I don't feel so burnt out on it anymore. Let's go back into getting cuts and dropping stones on your toes. Yeah, I can deal with it. Yep. I've had a long enough rest, they might say. Let's go back to working the stones. Yeah. Let's make some stupid points at first, though. Yeah. Because I haven't made a stone point in years. Yeah. Back in the day, you think that would happen? You think they would say, man, I haven't made a stone point in years. I wonder how it's going to turn out. Ah, you'll be fine, dude. You learned. Yeah. And back in the past, like we are, we don't have an option to not to learn. Yeah. We don't make stupid stuff. Impossible. I was hoping it would do that, but I was not hoping it would do that. I might be able to clear it off. There we go. I cleared that off and that off. Voila. But I paid the price with that. See the little dig? It's called a ring crack. Oh yes. Always something. Ooh, it's a Sandia point. No such thing? Dang it. What am I going to do now? If I can't make a Sandia point. Because there's no such thing. That would have been easy and solve all my problems. It would have solved all my problems. Because I'm already done. I'm already done. I just got to sharpen it. Yeah. I was just reading. There's a point that actually is like that where there's sometimes only one barb on one side. I can't remember now. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, Thanksgiving food. I forgot to talk about the Thanksgiving food. Oh, I cheated on my diet. Especially today. I had pumpkin pie with whipped cream. Oh yes, I can feel it. It gets me dizzy. I can still feel. I have a little bit of a. What is it? A crash? From either the sugar or the dairy. Something's messing with me. I'm not my usual perky wise guy self. Or am I? I don't know. I don't feel like my usual. I'm a little bit sensitive to the cold right now. I thought it had dropped like 30 degrees, but it only dropped 20 degrees. Man, I don't know why I'm so sensitive to the cold right now. You don't know much of anything, do you? It's true, I don't know much of anything. I don't know much about anything. I've studied a lot on many things. The only thing, do I have intimate knowledge of anything? I got a bunch of knowledge on what kids will do to get you get you some anxiety. Well, I know a lot about what kids do to give you anxiety. They don't do it on purpose all the time. I got intimate knowledge on that. Yeah, just letting your kids ride a bicycle. Dang. Where you can't see them. When they get old enough to ride bicycles down the street, you're still like nail biting. Yeah. I don't think you ever get over that. You just get acclimated to it. Yep. Tune it out or something. Beautiful. This stuff, I like this. But the thing is, this is just, it's pot luck. The stones that I get, it's all pot luck. I never know what I'm going to get. Some of it's really good, some of it's not so good. This is really good. This is surprising. I can probably thin this down a lot because the flakes are running extremely well. But I'm not going to thin it down very much. No. It's not worth it. Not worth the risk. So what am I going to do? Just something easy. Angostura. That'd be easy, relatively speaking. I was going to make a plain view, but this stem down here is already constricted too much. Plain view is a little bit fatter, I think. I tried to go by pictures and references and stuff. I'm not going to replicate it exactly. I try not to replicate these things exactly, so I don't want to give counterfeiters any ideas, like I said before. Now I'm getting burnt out on that too. Trying to ride that line between giving away too much and not giving away enough information. I have had guys wanting me to exactly replicate some of the points in their collection because they didn't want to restore the point. They want to keep a broken point in their collection and then have one next to it that's a modern reproduction, but a replicant, which means that it's made with the tools that we think that they used in the past, with the same types of flake removals, the same width to thickness ratio, the same material, you know, side by side. So I've had a couple of those. I've done a couple of those, but with little arrowheads. I never do them with the big ones or with the expensive types. I've done them with the small arrowheads, the true arrow points, and tried to do that. Try to use natural tools with the type of material that the artifact is made from. Tried to imitate the size and shape of the flakes on the piece, and use the artifact as a pattern for whatever survived on the artifact and make it exactly the same dimensions, so it would look just like what it would normally look if it wasn't broken. Yeah. Now if I were to do those on video, that kind of work on video, that's the kind of stuff that can show people how to make fakes. So it's very difficult for me to justify me doing that type of work on video. So I'll do work off of books, you know, with sketches, black and white sketches, or from descriptions, like from projectilepoints.net. I'll work off a description, a written description, and not necessarily a picture. Sometimes I go off of pictures. But to do replication, I am torn on that one, because a lot of people want to see exact replicas with all the natural materials, and the flake scars very similar, the material similar, or as close as possible. Everything is as exact as possible. And I've even marketed myself as being able to do museum quality reproductions. So I will do them. But on video, I don't know. I don't know. I'm having a hard enough time getting just regular projects done. Those replicating projects are very, very stressful and time consuming, because a lot of times the material is not quite right. And, you know, so you got to have a lot of material, relatively speaking, a lot of material on hand, just in case something goes wrong. Like I blow out one of the notches. And I compare the artifact, I'm going, dang, this is not a replicant. I'm not doing a replica. Let's start over. And a lot of times, just so I can enjoy the process, I'll just wing it. I'll just nap whatever, and if there's mistakes, oh well. And if I don't learn, oh well. If I make the same mistake over and over again, oh well. Yeah, my kids hate that when I say, Dad, what happened? I don't know. But yeah, but it's not right. Oh well. You made chicken better last time. What happened? I don't know. You know, the fire got too hot on the grill, okay? Oh well. No, they're not. They were never that fussy. Maybe one. But, yeah. Sometimes I cook on the grill, and I don't care if it gets a little bit toasty and burned. Yeah. Or sometimes it doesn't cook all the way through, and I look inside, hang it. Why didn't it cook all the way through? I know how to do it. Oh, I know why, because I was enjoying the conversation and I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. I should look at the comments on some of these cooking channels to see if they get any grief. I bet you they do. Man, the stuff you made before, it looked a lot better than that, man. What's going on? Your last video on this looked like you knew what you were doing, but on this video, what's up? I'm disappointed. I wonder if they do that to the cooking guys. I wonder. Am I gonna go look? Heck no, I'm not gonna go look. I know they don't. Well, I don't know. Maybe they do. That would be an interesting experience. To go over there and see if they're talking smack over there on the cooking channels. They did cook stuff back in the day, I think, right? The paleo guys had ways to cook things. And if they did have ways to cook things, they never really made errors that they shouldn't have. They learned from last time, right? They always cooked it just right. They learned, so they wouldn't make stupid mistakes. There was no stupid cooking back in the day. Yeah. They didn't leave it on the fire too long, or forget it on the fire. Did they leave it on the fire too long sometimes? No way, man. Yeah, of course they did. Of course they messed up their cooking. Of course it was stupid cooking back in the day. Oh, you can't say that. No stupid cooking. They knew better than that. They were smart. They knew it. They learned. It's not like you, because you don't learn. That's why you mess up your cooking. You're just stupid. You're stupid. Yeah. They weren't stupid back in the day. Nope. You can't compare it. You don't compare. Can you imagine someone saying something like that? No, I've seen people be very, very picky about how something is cooked, especially steaks. So Flintknapping is like cooking steaks. There are people that gotta stick up their you-know-what about steaks. How to cook a steak. Just like they got people who gotta stick up their you-know-what about Flintknapping. Oh, yes. Why that is? I don't know. It's one of those things I don't know much about. And I don't even want to know. How do I cook my steaks? I cook them according to how hungry I am. How would you like your steak, sir? Well, I'm pretty hungry. I think I'll take it rare. And then when I'm not that hungry, medium. Yeah, take a little bit more time, because for me it tastes a little bit better, a little more cooked. Yeah. But if I'm hungry, just give it to me rare. Yeah. As long as it's not going to take long. Because sometimes you don't bring it out right away. You just let it sit there. Of course, you let it sit anyway for a little bit. But don't let it sit too long. Because I want to eat it. What am I doing? That's a good question. I'm trying to see if I can actually shape this well on the surface with pressure, since the flakes are traveling well. But I think I'm going to have to grind it way more than I'm grinding it. For the first time ever, I'm going to adjust my grinding. Like I've never done it before. Adjust the amount of grinding I do. I've never done it before because I don't learn. No. There'll be a lot of comments probably on how people like steaks. Tell me how you like them, because I'm curious. Inquiring minds want to know what kind of steaks you like. It'd be nice to have some variety. I still have not tried the deer meat marinated with Italian dressing. I have not tried that yet. I'm going to try it though. I've just been putting all my deer meat in a stew, but I'm going to a hunting trip again, so I'm going to get a bunch more meat. I'm going to try that Italian salad dressing marinade. Oh yes. I was an Italian dressing salad. I was an Italian salad dressing eating fool back in the day. And it's holiday season, so I can cheat. Yeah. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and my birthday. That's when I cheat on my diet. Maybe New Year's too. I need to save some of these and write a special note, because I can do pressure flaking on this, even though I'm messing it up here because I'm just experimenting with it. And yeah, that's an excuse. I'm just experimenting, but you know what? I'm just experimenting. I want to see if I can run some long pressure flakes, and I should be able to get some parallel flaking with this stuff. Yeah. I gotta make sure I save that mess over there separately as a high quality raw for pressure flaking, and start being a little more particular about how I'm saving my flakes. I'm going to make 2 sets of arrows, one European style set of arrows and one Native American style set of arrows. I'm not going to be hunting with them this coming trip. I don't have time to make them before the trip, but eventually. So I can try to make some barbed and tanged out of this stuff. I think I'm going to make some barbed and tanged arrowheads for my European arrows. Or maybe some, what are some other ones, European style, that have nice flaking on them? Like, I don't know. I think the barbed and tanged were pretty utilitarian looking. They were not always fancy flaked. I gotta look. Yeah, let's see. I got a copper pressure flaker, but I always end up bending it. I always end up bending this fool. Ooh, that's nice. Oh yeah. Yeah, it doesn't slip like steel does. It's already starting to bend. I know you are. I need a fatter rod. It's already 30 minutes. We're gonna have a part 3 on this. Dang it. Is it translucent? Kinda. Should I go super duper thin on it? No, because these in the past were not that thin, I don't think. I don't think they were. You might say it's okay, they took all day to do it, you know, because they were doing it right. They never did it wrong. They never did it stupid. They took all day. You never know. That could be correct. I don't know. But, you know, what? if you understand that life is hard, you don't always have time to do this stuff. You're not always going to do it the smart way. Voila. Indirect percussion is so much faster. Yeah. I don't know if I should say better, but it's faster. It's got expediency written all over it. Yeah, I can't do that with pressure. I try sometimes. I learned not to do it with pressure. Yeah. That's not learning? You might say, that's not learning. Switching to indirect percussion. Learning is sticking with pressure and doing it with pressure. That's learning. Who knows? I might be wrong. But I like switching to indirect percussion when I don't like the results from pressure. Yeah. I think that's learning. I think if I only use indirect percussion, it means I learned. Or if I'm using only steel because I learned it was low maintenance, I'm using steel because I learned. Yeah. I learned. No? Gotta do it the right way. So-called. There's no right or wrong way, but you gotta do it the right way. You can't do it the wrong way. But there's no right or wrong. Yeah. Explain to me how that makes sense. Somebody, please. There's, people say there's no right or wrong way to do it, but you're doing it wrong. Someone please explain that to me. I say sometimes it's done the stupid way. Is the stupid way the wrong way? No, it's not wrong. It's just not the most efficient. There isn't any right or wrong way. Yeah. So you got to accept it, whatever it is. And so what if the napper in the past was lazy? For example. So what? Does that mean it's bad? No. Stupid has bad connotations. Yeah, I admit saying it's stupid has bad connotations because it starts to wander into the IQ area, right? People don't like the word because it implies low IQ. Well, some people are extremely intelligent, do very stupid things. Stupid has nothing to do with IQ. Yeah. In fact, some of the stupidest things I've seen have been done by very smart people. So it has nothing to do with IQ. Well, in your case, it has everything to do with IQ. Yeah. In my case, I'm the exception, though. If I do it and it's stupid, that means I have a low IQ. Yeah. Or I'm just making excuses. I'm taking like an hour to make it look like I made it in 10 minutes. Alright, so I'm messed enough with this lower area. I guess it's going to be an Angostura, and I'll just finish out the rest of it on the next segment. Alright, next segment.